On behalf of NRDC, and along with our longtime, tireless environmental partner and great friend, Pierce Brosnan, it's a privilege and an honor to join this celebration today on this beautiful campus at this historic college to accept the 2019 Rose Walters Prize. First and foremost, our wholehearted thanks to Dickinson College alumnus, Sam Rose, and to Julie Walters for their vision, passion, and generosity in sponsoring this singular environmental prize. They've done this because, as Sam just summed it up, we owe it to future generations to clean up the mess that our generation and generations before us have created. We could not agree more, and we're deeply grateful to you, Sam, for your inspirational commitment to Dickinson, to the public interest, and to NRDC's work. Second, huge congratulations to you graduates on your success so far. Now, about the mess that Sam Rose referred to, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's not looking good to have it cleaned up by the time you take over. Not that we haven't tried and sometimes succeeded. There's an old line about the three phases of life: youth, middle age, and you look great. I know I've reached that third phase because I can remember decades ago when Pittsburgh was synonymous with terrible air pollution, when the Cuyahoga River literally caught fire, inspiring the song, "Burn on, Big River, burn on." I can remember when the smoggiest city in the country was the one I grew up in, Riverside, California, 60 miles east of Los Angeles. As a teenager, at the end of a summer's day of running around in a toxic soup of heat and dirty air, I can still recall the sharp pain of taking a deep breath, like a knife in my lungs. Today, after 50 years of environmental regulation, we've made real progress in cleaning up all of this. And I'm proud to say that NRDC has been at the heart of it. But it doesn't take a degree in environmental studies to recognize that we're facing today the greatest attack on that progress in the last half century. And this is the challenge that you graduates will inherit. Now, I know there may be some of you here today who believe that what we're seeing at the highest levels of our federal government, denial of climate change, deregulation of public safeguards, a disdain for science and constitutional norms, and even, it seems, for basic facts. There may be some of you who believe that this is nothing to worry about, that it's just politics, that it will work itself out because it's only a normal, predictable swing of the political pendulum. But after 40 years of doing this work, I want you graduates to know that there's nothing normal about it. There's nothing acceptable about it. And there may be no better illustration of this than the realm of environmental policy, the heart and soul of the Rose Walters Prize. Maybe you've heard the truism that the environment is nonpartisan. It isn't about right or left, it's about right or wrong. That's the way it's been in this country since at least the time of Teddy Roosevelt. That is normal. But in this era of climate change, there's nothing normal about abandoning the Paris Climate Accord, making our country a global minority of one. There's nothing normal about adopting as federal policy the agenda of the fossil fuel industry, when just last weekend, the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere exceeded 415 parts per million for the first time in human history. In this era of intensifying drought, there's nothing normal about gutting the reach of the Clean Water Act, eliminating protection of the drinking water source for 1 of every 3 people in this country. And in this era of biodiversity loss, with an estimated 1 million species now on the brink, there's nothing normal about weakening endangered species protections or slashing priceless national monuments like Bears Ears in Utah, Grand Staircase in Colorado, and Northeast Canyons off our Atlantic coast, or allowing a massive open-pit copper and gold mine in Bristol Bay, Alaska, at the headwaters of the most productive wild salmon fishery on Earth, despite overwhelming opposition of the people who live there. I could go on. But NRDC exists to fight all of this, because if we're serious about a sustainable future for our children, These policies are unacceptable, and in most cases, they're illegal. Since January 2017, we've sued the Trump administration 80 times, an average of once. That's an average of once every 10.5 days. Of the 49 cases decided so far, we've won 46, and we're not going to stop. We're proud to be doing this work, because if we think about what people living 200 years from now will care most about in terms of what we do for them today, there is nothing more important than what we do to give them a stable climate, clean air and clean water, thriving wildlife and wide open spaces, and cities where children can grow up free of exposure to dangerous toxics. This is what NRDC does every day. This is why NRDC is essential. And this is why we're so deeply grateful to Dickinson College, to Sam Rose and Julie Walters, and to the prize committee for this recognition today. Thanks to all of you for listening. Again, my enthusiastic congratulations, and consider this. Everyone, all of you graduates, your families and friends, all of us need to stand up, speak out, and be heard in the fight for a healthy planet. It's a battle we have to win. Thank you very much.